What is going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadskii, back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video. Again, moving on with more information relating to the data download, and boom, we have another limited rare recruit banner once again. And this was definitely unexpected. This was kind of crazy to see that when we logged onto the news today, there was a data download for like 40 megabytes, which for those of you who, keep in track with the data downloads, typically when a new batch comes out, it's around about 20 megabytes, a little over 20 megabytes. So considering, we had a 40 megabyte download, we were expecting something big to come out, and boy oh boy, this was a big download. So not only did we get the treasure map Rare Recruit Sugo Fest, which I have already made a video about, make sure you go ahead and check that out, but we also got this banner right here, which introduces not one, but two brand new limited rare recruit characters. So in this video today, I want to talk about the new limited rare recruit characters. Both of them are very, very good. But we'll also talk about the banner itself. But there is lots to talk about here. So I guess let's just jump into it. So in terms of the new limited rare recruits, we have Pudding. So for those of you who have been watching my videos for a while now, or at least the last couple of months or so, every time I talk about driven related characters, this is a character that I bring up. The reason for it is because she is just so goddamn useful for driven teams. I'm not even joking here. She is one of the best limited rare recruits in the entire game. She is so powerful. So let's discuss why she is so good. She is a Psy driven shooter. Her stats with her limit break are not very convincing. Her recovery is good. HP and attack are very, very low. Her captain ability will boost driven characters' attack by 3 times and heal the crew by 2 times her recovery at the end of each turn. Honestly, a very, very good captain ability. If you don't have good driven characters, this is a very good option for a driven captain. 3 times is no joke, especially for a character like this. And 2 times recovery at the end of each turn. We look at her recovery there, 1,000 recovery at the end of each turn, plus 1,000 with auto heal. That's really, really nice. Now, in terms of her special ability, 13 turn cooldown. Reduces crew's special bind duration by 5 turns, and of course she will have the crewmate ability to resist it by 5 turns, so that is always very, very good to see. Reduces all enemies' damage reduction and resilience duration by 5 turns, so Rainbow Shield and Resilience gone by 5 turns, and changes block and unfavorable to G-Orbs, so that's also really, really good. And then if your crew has 6 characters that are driven class, changes type slots to character's own type and heal the crew by 5,000 HP at the end of each turn for 3 turns. Having this available is ridiculous. This helps out driven teams so much. I mean, outside of this character, the only other character that they really could have use in terms of special bind removal was the Summer Perona, which is very, very hard to get, and she only reduces it by 2 turns. Or you could use the Strength Mont Door, which came out with V2 Katakuri. He also did that, but the thing is he only provides I think he reduces burn and special bind duration, but his other color affinity effects only works if your captain is Strength or Psy, which with Bato and Cavendish or V2 Doflamingo, that's not the case. This could actually work with Mont Door, but in this case, if you've got this, you don't really need Mont Door, unless if you need to reduce burn. So this is really exciting to see a character like this. And not only do you get that special bind removal, which of course is very, very important for driven teams specifically, but the fact that you also reduce Rainbow Shield and Resilience by 5 turns, that's so good. I mean, if you're using V2 Doflamingo, Resilience isn't really a big issue anyway, because his special will just bypass Resilience anyways. But just to have that available if you're not using V2 Doflamingo is very, very nice. Reducing Rainbow Shield's always going to be quite good. And she also provides decent orb manipulation as well. Like with her special ability, you are able to get a pretty decent amount of orbs, which is really good to see. So I'm a big fan of this character. I am very tempted to summon on this banner just because this Pudding is just such a key character for driven teams, making them so much better. But I don't know, I'll have to think about it a little bit more. She also has 2 crewmate abilities. We already talked about her first one, resisting special bind by 5 turns, that is. And her other one is driven characters will have their Psy Orbs counters matching. So again, just another usable subunit for driven teams. So good. She also resists int damage by 5%, barrier penetration when she's above 50% HP. She also has a support ability, which will support Sanji or Chiffon, and it adds 12% of her attack and recovery to that character. This will be a very, very good character to put on Chiffon, because I believe Chiffon does healing based on her own recovery stat, so I think that'd actually be a pretty decent support ability for her. So overall, Pudding is phenomenal. Now, the next character I want to talk about is this Kinemon right here. So we had the Pudding, who was really good for Bato Cavendish and the brand new Driven batch. Kinemon definitely hints towards the fact that V2 Mihawk and V2 Zora are likely to be coming next, because this character, I believe, did release with those characters and also is just a good character for them teams. But let's talk about the brand new limited rare recruit Kinemon. So obviously artwork looks really nice. I love it. His captain ability is a 2.75 times attack and 1.25 times health boost to slashes. Pretty reasonable, nothing amazing though. 13 turn cooldown, will go ahead and deal 50 times his attack in quick damage to all enemies, so AoE damage is always accepted. Also reduces lock chain multiplier and decreased chain multiplier growth rate by 7 turns. 7-turn reduction of that is kind of wild, bro. And if your captain is a slasher, double the type effects of normal attacks for slashers for 1 turn. So 2 times color affinity to slashers, as long as your captain is a slasher himself. Very, very good. There aren't too many circumstances, though, that you would need to reduce lock chain multiplier or the growth rate multiplier. But the thing is, right, is this specific effect is so key if you are using V2 Mihawk as a captain. Because if you guys don't know, V2 Mihawk as a captain is very, very reminiscent of version 2 Sanji. And if you guys know what V2 Sanji is about, every time you hit your perfect, you get more chain multiplier. So that's the way that he gets his damage. And V2 Mihawk is the exact same way. You need to consistently hit perfects to gain your chain multiplier growth rate, so you get more damage output with Mihawk. With a special ability like this, if you ever get your chain locked or your chain reduced, which hinders the damage output of V2 Mihawk, his special ability will reduce it by 7 turns, allowing you to get your damage back, as well as applying a 2 times color affinity as well. This character is, I wouldn't say he's essential, but he could be essential in very specific teams for slashes against very niche circumstances. In terms of his crewmate abilities, his first one adds 50 attack to slasher characters, and his secondary one will give quick orbs beneficial to all your slasher characters as well, again further enhancing the usability of the slasher teams. For his potential abilities, he will reduce strength damage by 5%, and he has a critical hit chance of 90% chance of 8% extra damage. That's actually pretty significant. He also has a support ability which supports all slashes, and he adds 8% of his attack to that character. His stats actually look pretty decent overall. 3,500, nearly 3,600 health for a limited rare recruit after limit break is pretty strong actually. So those are the 2 brand new characters. So that is exciting to see that we're getting 2 in 1 batch. So let's talk about the banner itself. So this time you'll be able to pull Driven Slasher and Free Spirit characters. You can see limited rare recruit Bonnies on this banner as well. Another reason why I'm really tempted to be pulling here, because I don't own Bonnie myself, so that's very, very tempting. New Pudding and Kinemon are here, and they basically go through their specials. And we can see here on this banner that the first and the fourth multi-pull are discounted at 30 rainbow gems. The second and third multi-pulls are guaranteed to be a special character. Special character obviously meaning limited rare recruit character. And the fifth multi, if you decide to do 5 multis here, last wanted poster is guaranteed to be a limited special character. So the limited special characters are just the characters on the banner. So if you do 5 multis, the last poster is guaranteed to be one of those characters on the banner. Kind of annoying that they had limited rare recruit Hody here, considering, you know, so long ago when V2 Jinbei debuted, he was guaranteed on that banner after 2 multis. So a majority of people who have been playing for a decent amount of time, especially if they're not free to play, would already have limited rare recruit Hody Jones. But the fact that they're available here as well is kind of annoying. And then in terms of just the other rare recruit characters that you can get, the other limited rare recruits, so you've got the Pudding, the Kinemon, the Bonnie, the Hody, but on top of it, you have the limited rare recruit Pedro as well, who's very good with carrot teams and just slasher teams in general. Limited rare recruit Pedro is phenomenal. You also have limited rare recruit Vivi, she's pretty good too, and Toshigi's here as well. Oh my god, Toshigi's one of my favorite limited rare recruits. She does so much. She's really good. Kobe's here as well, is still really good for driven teams. Burundi World is pretty decent, very niche though. Trafalgar Law is pretty terrible though. This banner looks really good. If you're one of those players that doesn't own a lot of limited rare recruits and you are not free to play, this would probably be a banner to be pulling on. Honestly, I think I will be doing some pulls on this banner. I don't know how many multis I'll be doing. I don't think I'll be doing too many, but there are so many good characters available here that I kind of want to see if I can get my hands on 1 or 2 of them, you know, that'd be really, really cool. But man, that is some crazy, crazy stuff. Was not expecting this much stuff to be data downloaded today. We have the Treasure Map Sugo Fest as well, as we already know. I've already went through the video on that. If you guys haven't seen it, make sure to check it out to get all the details about that Sugo Fest. But this limited rare recruit banner is looking very, very spicy, and as I said, I think I'll be doing pulls on it. Also, to just reiterate for you guys that didn't see it, they actually went ahead and restocked the legend ticket from the Rayleigh's Bazaar, as well as the limited rare recruit ticket on the Rayleigh's Bazaar. The thing is though, is as it says here, you can only pull rare recruit characters that were available on August 31st or prior to. This means that the new pudding and the new Kinemon are not available in this ticket pool. So don't buy this ticket expecting to potentially get the Kinemon or the pudding, because they're not available on the banner. So make sure to, you know, just take that into consideration before purchasing the ticket. The same goes for the legend. You can only pull characters that were available on the 31st of August and prior to. I don't really think there were any characters that released in September, because I think Barto and Cavendish released in late August, I think. So anyways, all those legends will be available, as well as you can purchase 3 of the regular 4-star or better rare recruits. I highly suggest staying away from this, as the amount of characters you can pull from this are so large that it's just not really worth spending the Rayleigh points, to be quite honest, in my personal opinion. But there we go, guys. That's the information that we have right now on One Piece Treasure Cruise Global. It just keeps getting better and better, so hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did enjoy it, make sure to leave a like, and if you want to stay up to date with all of the content I post, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. But other than that, guys, I will see you guys within the next video.